Spacey. Press 1. If you would like to schedule an on-site consultation, press 2. If you need information regarding wormhole stabilization, press 3. If you'd like to be directly transported to Spacey World, press 0.
No magazines in this waiting room. Cannabis, candies, and mushrooms. Left there to make your sky bloom. Built in an ancient alien tomb. Welcome to my office. It's so truly nice to meet you. The being that greets you at the front desk is from a planet you'll see soon. It's called Spacey World, where everything and anything is possible. You can't see it with your opticals, but it's still highly probable. Cause things in this dimension are not the same. All rules do not apply. Magic carpet ride through the purple sky inside your third eye. I know just what you're feeling. Here, take this prescription. It's a herbal medicine mixer. Sip the elixir, pick the pretty vista. The waiting room smells like sunny summer Saturday mornings. And the background music is strange, but it'll send your mind soaring. And the heart rate is steady. Buzz level is heavy. No perception of what's petty. And I think you're almost ready. Previous patient glided back through the waiting room. The great receptionist looked at you and said the doctor will see you soon. Lay back and notice the pattern displayed upon the beautiful ceiling. See degrees from different galaxies on the wall. I know just what you're feeling. Please don't fight it. Let's travel together towards the light and find a better reality. Don't bow to normality. Give praise to a salary. You end up as another forgotten casualty of deformity. Normally I keep things orderly, but right now I'm feeling really spacey. Feeling out of place daily. The lane I live in is inhabited by batshit crazy. But I found a way out. Better yet a way in. Deep down coded in the words that I'm saying. Might take a minute for you to even get it. Heroic dose of brilliance. Adrenaline, endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, pheromones over top of metronome. Welcome to a dimethyltryptamine pterodome. Sit down, deep breath, just go on. Take that ride inside yourself. Work that shovel, dig in and mind yourself. Unearth something inside yourself. Clean those gems and share that wealth. Blindfolds off, won't put it on for no man. I can see the code behind the program. No man, I can see the things that you are missing. Run through the senses, triple optic systems, squeaky clean. All is seen. Ponyo observes this situation. You're gonna need to go to the laboratory, man. Stay over for observation. I'm gonna need staff to clean room 420 in the laboratory. We have a patient who's staying over for observation this evening.
Plug him in.
I vibrate on a different frequency than most. Contact buzz for me can lead to an overdose. They don't come close. Have a seat strapped in tightly. Psychedelics in my system ride this roller coaster so brightly, correctly. Correcting course on any crossroads fork. All roads lead to the final day in court. So I export the audio and let it mingle through the universe. A gamma burst is measured. Every single verse that I disperse reverberates through space and time. All exists within my mind. Spacey world where I reside. It's a peak deep down inside. I do not fight the fear. I focus and use it as fuel. And I do not dodge the danger. I dive in and do the duel with myself on guard. Gloves slap to the left cheek. Johnny Ringo is way too high strung to run with me. I have zero use for drama. I avoid it with the passion. Cornucopia of dopeness, but no longer do I ration. Everyone deluge. The damn is broken loose. Bet I write these rappers really true and shape the landscape. When I roll through, I'm water, my friend. I become the pot, I flow, I crash, and I'm very, very, very hard to stop. Society cannot tame me, I'll never tap out. For those tuned in, well, I do not need to shout. I'm on a frequency that only open minds can really hear. I am the tip of the spear, it's clear that you are now tuned in to Spacey's frequency, tuned in to Spacey's frequency, tuned in to Spacey's frequency. You are now tuned in to Spacey's frequency, tuned in to Spacey's frequency, tuned in to Spacey's frequency. You are now tuned into Spacey's frequency. Tuned into Spacey's frequency. Tuned into Spacey's frequency. You are now tuned into Spacey's frequency. Tuned into Spacey's frequency. Tuned into Spacey's frequency. You are now tuned somewhere between the core of the planet and depths of the universe. A channel exists where creative thought is given birth. It has existed before the brain was around to receive it. And you see that it's so directly edit, retrieve it, beam it towards the people who caged inside this plane. To some it seems insane, but those tuned in, they clearly feel the same. I am a believer that the brain is a receiver. That's why those that are in control hate it when we think deeper. No longer a sleeper, all eyes are wide and pie sides dilated. Seen it firsthand, there is no point for you to debate it. Mushroom I ate it, I wondered why I ever waited. The color green I tasted, welcome back, I think I made it. Reality is not a fallacy, it's just not what you think. These natural chemicals are evolution's missing link.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What was that, man? Turn it back, turn the dial back. What was that? What was that? You hear that? You hear that whistle? Oh, that's it. Let's go.
Now tuned into Spacey's frequency. Tuned into Spacey's frequency. Tuned into Spacey's frequency. You are now tuned into Spacey's frequency. Tuned into Spacey's frequency. Tuned into Spacey's frequency. You are now tuned into Spacey's frequency. Tuned into Spacey's frequency. Tuned into Spacey's frequency. You are now tuned into Spacey's frequency. Tuned into Spacey's frequency. You are now.
Positive state of consciousness from which we might learn something of great value. Any kind of consciousness that is not related to the production or consumption of material goods is stigmatized in our society today. Of course, we accept drunkenness. We allow people some brief respite from the material grind. They may annihilate their consciousness for a few hours with large quantities of alcohol, and that's perfectly allowed, because it doesn't really challenge the basic model that the only good consciousness is alert problem-solving consciousness. It's almost seen as a kind of temporary relief from that, so that we can come back and be even more alert and problem-oriented afterwards. So a society that subscribes to that model is a society that is going to condemn states of consciousness that have nothing to do with the alert problem-solving mentality, but have to do with the exploration, dare I say it, of non-physical realm.
Just hold it, quiz! Every time I hit the weed, I wanna write. Every time I hit the bottle, I wanna recite. Every time I'm sober, I see Fantasia crumbling. 2 steps away from being serving under nothing. Every time I hit the weed, I need to write. And every time I hit the bottle, I need to recite the insanest of the language, considered to be my native tongue. Penmanship, otherworldly, above you on a higher rung. Weed in my cigarette, late night magic dragon puff. I'm Mr. Insomnia, all I do is stay up. Dopamine dripping through my brain scenes, all in my blood, like the blood in the sclera of my high beams. I don't talk to myself anymore, it's just silence. Brains open, hearts locked, you can't not try it. I fit into no categories, born in Spacey's laboratory. Those who used to ignore me, now they wanna explore me. Lubricate my brain with potent sativa strains. I'm staying in and I'm paving my own lane. You should do the same. That's the only way to ride the road you wanna travel. Need well-paved pothole, dirty or some gravel. But where we're going, we don't need roads, and you can't take in the whole picture through a tiny little peephole. Repeat the mission statement in Spacey Lab. Around here, we don't ask God for help. We manipulate our universe ourselves. Around here, we don't ask God for help. We manipulate our universe ourselves. Around here, we don't ask God for help. We manipulate our universe ourselves. Around here. No instruction needed, Spacey does not follow rules. The mind makes the real jewels, the gemstones are for the fools. Dimwits, not willing to dig into the real soil. Cannabis oil heated by multiple large Tesla coils. Science, useful energy, we make the finest. internal or external balance, put this age behind us. The statement is our mission, we do not ask permission. Invisible sky wizards hold no sway in our dimension. The statement is our mission, we do not ask permission. Invisible sky wizards have no sway in our dimension.
My research in this field has absolutely convinced me that altered states of consciousness and the realms to which they introduce us have been absolutely fundamental in the human story, and that every concept that we have of the supernatural, if we trace it back to its earliest origins, we will find an individual in an altered state of consciousness who has had an experience that needs to be either painted or described in order to explain it to others. Today, in the modern world, religion is an enormously powerful force, and it influences everything that happens to us in the world today. And it's at the root of many crises and problems. And oddly enough, established religions, whether it's Islam, whether it's Christianity, whether it's Judaism, tend to very much discourage altered states of consciousness. Nevertheless, if you trace them back to their origins, you're going to find individuals who did experience altered states of consciousness, and that's where it began. And I think what happens is that the direct spiritual experience of the individual becomes appropriated by a kind of bureaucracy or power structure. The priest takes over the role of the shaman, makes himself the intermediary, and pretty soon the sole intermediary between this world and the spirit world. And pretty soon experiences in altered states of consciousness become outlawed and not allowed anymore. I don't think this refutes the notion of a spirit world or of the reality of a spirit world. It just tells us perhaps the unfortunate side of human nature and human behavior, that almost anything that human beings do can be appropriated for power purposes, and that individuals will seize power through them. And it seems to me that monotheistic religions are a devolution from shamanism, not an evolution. But that devolution has got nothing to do with anything wrong or incorrect in the basic precepts of shamanism. It has to do with human beings distorting the situation for their own ends and purposes. I think these experiences have been fundamental in the human story. I think they continue to be fundamental in the human story. It's just that our society today is very bad at getting to grips with them.
Like pools filled with bliss. Met her in my dreams last night, and all we did was kiss. Woke up feeling content, completely satisfied. Made it through my day feeling fully energized. Close my eyes, I catch a glance of her then. Can't wait to get home and swallow sleep medicine. Then drift into a world that her and I own. King and queen, but we share the same throne. And a smile can bring an army right down to his knees. Jenny to my forest, carrots to my peas. Dazzle every sense in my brain's arsenal. She gets me right down to the subatomic particles. Drowning in the world of shallowness. See my life preserved, delicate and strong. And I never ever wanna hurt her. She's not real, but I know I don't care. Cause every time I close my eyes, I see her right there. In all three of my eyes, she's as fine as can be. She makes it beep, 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 beep. I can feel it deep inside of me. She makes it beep, 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 beep. Part of everything I see her, she makes it beep, 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 beep. When I'm with her, I feel free, and she makes it beep, 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 beep. Yeah, and she makes it beep, 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 beep. Yeah, and she makes it beep, 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 beep. Yeah, and she makes it beep, 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 beep. Makes jewels out of dirt, pours rain from the clouds, builds the mountains up, crumbles the mountains down to the ground and beneath. Don't underestimate her reach. She's in the changing the leaves, she's in the growing of the seeds. Tropical breeze, she birthed every single species. Holds the secrets way down, bottom of the seas. The precious deep, she cannot let us see. Or maybe we're too young to see the things we can't believe. She's got a style that's unmatched within the universe. Third born, large family, dad always puts her first. Eyes of the audience watch closely at night. She looks just fine underneath the moonlight. Tide raises, sea swells, wind gales. For her they tell tales, for her they cast spells. She keeps the chin up, the demeanor of a rock. In reality, she's just a fragile, pale blue dot. Real slowly when it hit, it was on. The drama left the TV, came to the front lawn. No one is to blame, the air doesn't smell the same. Head towards the darkness, horizon lit with flames. It was all good until the dead started rising. It was all good until the trees started crying. Hear him in the distance, enough to drive you crazy. Sound like a big endless sea of screaming babies. Much bigger problems on this hell-like landscape. Only time the zombies move slow is when they just ate. That's one problem, believe it gets worse. And that's if the disease doesn't cut you down first. I make my rounds solo, shadows on my refuge. 2 weeks ago I probably would've stopped to help you, but you on your own now. Hell is my home now. Racked up so many kills I can't count now. Blade stay sharp, I need to slice through the bone. Wherever I'm unseen is the place I call home. Can hear the growls of the undead in the vicinity. Better keep moving before they ever get a whiff of me. I'm like bait, too late, full speed escape. Way too many for these sharp objects to take. I fought them off, adrenaline force of a brute. Managed to kill one with the bottom of my boot. Barely got away, dog, this blood's not mine. Non-stop survival mode, no quiet time. Sleep is a luxury, I'm barely even functioning. A group of hungry human cannibals is steady hunting me. Used up all the ammo in the first couple of days. That made me so extra proficient with all these blades. Chopping and chopping with blood so close. I keep moving north cause they don't like cold.
The sun don't shine around here no more. Let's be prepared for what's behind that door. Never hesitate when it's time to kill. Blade stays holy from the blood that is spilled.
Choir full of demons in my head singing extra loud. Swear they used to scare me. Now I think I like the sound. Blessings in the angels never made a peep. At least the demons had the common courtesy to come and speak. Not sure how much more I can take of this place. Not sure how much more I can keep up this pace. I haven't ate in 3 days. My stomach's in a knot. I can't see straight. I got a fever and my blood's hot. Hold up. There's a hole in my boot, bloody wound by the heel with a broken chip tooth. Man, I think they got me. Sit down and let it sink in. My heart's beating strange, I can feel the world spin. Stand up with my blade, I'm gonna take a few with me. But I can feel it in my blood, it's moving too quickly. Hike to the top of the mountain to catch the sunrise. Gotta see it one more time with my own eyes. Beautiful sight, but I won't see another day. Close my eyes and press my head through my blade.
Is that you don't know what's next. That's hard. It's scary. It freaks people out. So they seek help. Pills, and booze, and bullshit, and bad relationships, and drama at work, and all this nonsense that you're just filling up your stupid head with just to distract yourself from this ultimate fascinating existence that we find ourselves in, where we have no idea what's coming next. We don't know what's going on right now anywhere except what's right in front of us, and even then, the wheels of perception, they ebb and flow depending on what chemicals you've induced into your body, whether or not you smoked a joint or ate a mushroom, or, there's a lot going on here. It's not just as simple as this flat consciousness that we all agree upon, because I'm not entirely sure that other people have the same experience.
Who, Spacey, what, flow, when, always, where, who knows? Who, Spacey, what, flow, when, always, where, who knows? Who, Spacey, what, flow, when, always, where, who knows? Who, Spacey, what, flow, when, always, where, who knows?
Work days feel long, but I always seem to make it through. Just enough money to fake freedom for a day or two. Purple diesel present from a friend, good looking out. Couple good pulls, train of thoughts on a different route. Spacey is the alias, Spacey is the astronaut. Spacey is the stream of consciousness that will never stop. I am he is I, pieces of the same pie. Eyelids real low, clearer vision with my third eye. Hate to burst your bubble, Bubby, but your crew are Teletubbies. Clean flow, hella sudsy, dirty flow, hella muddy. I feel at home in the depths of the underground. Heat from the core of the planet, magnetic field sound. We pirouette on this tilted axis, while those that make the rules try to dim the masses. But it's all becoming clear like we just got glasses, that the system's borderline obsolete like sending faxes. Find me in the attic with a TV showing static. Yeah, I used to practice, but now it is automatic. I'm in the building like an architect, detect the details. Part of this design, window panes to the bookshelves. Windows that help you see the world how it could be. And the bookshelves hold words for your starving brain to eat. Back to the research, might never make another shit. Thanks for coming out. Get out, Spacey's X.
Who, Spacey, what, flow, when, always, where, who knows? Who, Spacey, what, flow, when, always, where, who knows? Who, Spacey, what, flow, when, always, where, who knows? Who, Spacey, what, flow, when, always, where, who knows?
Let them know who. Spacey scientist and poet laureate. His brain works just like a DeLorean. Let them know what. Flowing like the currents of the ocean, you can harness energy from its motion. Let them know when. Whenever, always, it's perpetual, on point forever and a day, just for the skeptical. Where? Everywhere, omnipresent, luminescent. Every time you think outside the box, the doctor's present.
We appreciate you visiting the Spacey world. The tour was scripted by Dr. Spacey. It was translated by Rhyming Over Beats. And it was scored by DJ Coutz. Head out, make sure to watch your step, 'cause it's a whole new world.
military position, I head to the basement. Truly underground, I'm looking up at the pavement. Floor a little damn, cause the studio flooded. You wanna beat gutted, put me in the booth and run it. These rhymes that I write are way more than lyrical. Real talk is the closest I get to spiritual. Lights go low, demons in the booth with me, angels outside, making sure the devil don't get me. It's the temple. I couldn't state it more simple. One place I can level my soul and my mental, express feeling, exposing the heroes and villains, apostles in the control room, vibing and chilling. The pop filter is the screen door to my heart's home in its zone. 360 round the microphone, the Pope in Rome, Sistine Chapel's dome. I'm the poet's poem, I'm the Buddhist zone. Discipline of a monk with rituals won't change. Scribe text all alone, proofread and rearrange, memorize, add some inflection and energize. Rhyme sermons like a pastor to the masses, organize. Holy Ghost at the show, Blues Brothers church scene, musical mission. Gotta clean my soul like Constantine. First CD I ever owned, 93 till infinity. After that, common sense resurrection. You feeling me? Then alcoholics coast to coast. Knew it was time. Grab that pen, grab that pad, write that rhyme. Had ink in my blood ever since I hit the planet, and I never did, never will take words for granted. Had ink in my blood ever since I hit the planet, never did, never will take my words for granted. Had ink in my blood ever since I hit the planet, never did, never will take these words for granted. Never did, never will take these words for granted. I never did, never will take these words for granted. Never did, never will take these words for granted. I had ink in my blood ever since I hit the planet, never did, never will take these words for granted. Never did, never will take these words for granted. Never did, never will take these words for granted. I had ink in my blood ever since I hit the planet. Time to step my game up. Stop playing shy guy. You know I got it, I know I got it. Don't lie. I've been lying to myself like I don't love the rush. Addicted to the feeling, cipher, adrenaline, lush. Love when my words register. Eyes get wide. It's more connected to the freedom than it is to the pride. It's inside. Nothing to do with money or cars. It's the love of the art and the art of constructing bars. Not a job. Making my mark while I can. Happiness is not something you can hold in your hand. It's the feeling of a serial killer, corner and prey. Addicted to the feeling when people hear what you say. Honestly, I love it, not much above it. Always give you 100 real talk, you can trust it. The words, courtesy the back of my mind. You wanna learn about me? Press rewind. Out.